one could quite believe it. The tallest giant in the UFC, standing like a skyscraper inside the cage, was destroyed by a man nearly 40 centimeters shorter. How could Mark Hunt, with his stocky frame and heavy walk, topple Stefan Struve, a man built like a tower, a proven ground specialist with 18 submission wins, and a reputation as one of the most dangerous finishers in the division? Struve entered on a streak of 4 straight finishes and carried himself with the confidence of a fighter who believed there was no puzzle he couldn't solve. From the opening bell, Struve used his reach like a whip. Long jabs sliced through the air, and Hunt was forced to bob, weave, and slip under those limbs just to find his way inside. Every attempt to close the distance was punished. Hunt's face began to redden as the Dutchman's straight shots landed clean. The crowd wondered how long the Samoan veteran could endure this punishment. By the end of the first round, it seemed like a hopeless task. The second round painted the same picture. Hunt's forward pressure never stopped, but Struve mixed his boxing with kicks, keeping the smaller man at bay. On the mat, he threatened briefly, testing Hunt's defense with angles and leverage, but the veteran's toughness held. Every time Struve tried to wrap up the fight, Hunt found a way out, shaking his head as if daring the giant to try again. The gap in height was glaring, yet Hunt's resolve was even greater. Then in the third round came the turning point. Hunt finally slipped past the jab and fired a right hand that shook Struve's entire frame. The crowd roared as the skyscraper wobbled. Hunt sensed blood. He pressed forward, unloading hooks that dug into Struve's body and ripped toward his chin. And then it happened. Hunt unleashed a monstrous left hook, followed by a brutal right that crashed into Struve's jaw. The Dutchman's knees buckled. The smaller man had broken the giant. Then Hunt unleashed a barrage of crushing strikes. Each one landed with precision, smashing into his opponent's jaw and snapping his head back violently. The blows echoed like sledgehammers against steel, leaving his rival dazed and stumbling. The crowd erupted, sensing the end was near. Hunt, like a predator closing in on wounded prey, refused to stop, driving his opponent step by step toward the edge of defeat. Struve staggered back, his arms dropping, and Hunt delivered the final blow, a thunderous punch that sent the towering fighter collapsing against the cage. The arena exploded in disbelief. Mark Hunt, the walk-off king, didn't even bother to follow up. He turned away, his face calm, knowing his fists had spoken louder than any doubt. It was a reminder of an old truth in fighting. Size can be measured, but toughness cannot. Hunt had turned the impossible into unforgettable history.